Good afternoon, everybody. This is Season 7, Episode 7 of the CatchMark SportsNet podcast, brought to you by Chris Wink, our title sponsor. It is Sunday, May 19th, 2024. Hopefully, everybody is having a great weekend. I'm Myles, Welch, next to co-host Scott DeCamp. How are we doing, Scott?
I'm doing well. Been a busy weekend, but trying to get out to the beach later today, so have some family time.
Yep. We have Whitehall seniors, Ryne, Christensen, Kyle Stratton, baseball teammates of mine. How we doing, boys?
What up, Myles?
What's up, Myles? Thanks for having us.
Some really cool things going on in Whitehall baseball. We'll get to those topics, among others. But first, let's thank our sponsors. First, we got Big Stone Therapies, Rescue 2.0 LLC, Grieve Law. Edward Jones with financial advisor Brett Atkins. Coldwell Banker, Woodland Schmidt with David Duesenberry. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Kenny Agency. 5-Star Real Estate Leaders with Matt Parker, The Birdhouse. Sheed Plumbing, Heating and Cooling.
I didn't correct you. I'm sorry, but it's Scheid Plumbing. Just so you know, I'm sorry for believing. I'm sorry for hanging you out to dry on that one. But now you know.
Okay, and
that's my bad.
Greenridge Realty with Chris Dykman and Sierra Real. So let's get into the.
Wait, by the way, good job on that. On reading the sponsors.
Yeah,
got a lot better than the first time.
A
lot better that time. That was smooth.
Yep. So this past week we had doubleheader against West Catholic. They're a solid team. Dropped both of them. But the two games before that, this past week, Wednesday and Thursday, we took 4 straight, so that was good. So boys, going into the final stretch Tuesday, we got senior night. What's kind of the main goals going forward for the rest of the year?
Yeah, just win as many games on the stretch as we can. Our schedule's kind of up in the air. We're trying to pick up one more game before our district, but just win some games down the stretch, make a splash, hopefully.
Yeah, like you said, we're trying to pick up one during the pre-district week, so we don't have a 10-day break. But we want to take 2 from Manistee to finish out the conference play, and then obviously we got Big Rapids for the first game of playoffs, and obviously that's a big one for us that we want.
So this is a swear word around here, but Montague, you're gonna pull for Montague to try to take maybe at least one from Oak Ridge on Tuesday.
We're pulling for a split at least.
Because to kind of set that up, Oak Ridge has got 1 loss in the league. Whitehall has 2, and so they could use a little help from their friends across the bridge when Montague goes over and visits Oak Ridge on Tuesday. So just so Whitehall can maybe get a share of that conference title.
Yeah, that'd be big. And then, obviously, the district's coming up. We got moved from the Fruitport Spring Lake district, and we got moved up to the Big Rapids Fremont Ludington district. I think we have a true shot at winning that. So, boys, what do you guys think about moving that up to that district?
Well, obviously in that old district, there's some powerhouse pitchers. You got Bosch and Stahl. So to make it out of that district is pretty hard, facing 2 really good pitchers. But in the district we got moved into, Big Rapids is solid. So it's not like too easy. Like it's like still going to be hard for us. But just to go in there and compete, I think we fare well with anybody we play. So.
Oh yeah, we got a chance. We'll see Big Rapids first, and then we'll see a couple teams that we've played and beat. So that first game will be big for us. It's kind of nice getting the game, probably the best game right out of the way. Yeah. But we'll be ready.
No, I saw Josh Van Dyke's story, and I don't want to. I'm kind of spoiling one of our topics here with the stolen base thing, but we'll get to that too. But about Big Rapids, and we talked about it during basketball season. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to go back and look at the football thing. Nothing's ever going to change that or make that upright. So, how do you feel about that? So when you play them in baseball, are you even thinking about that? That's because it's a different sport, and that was a while ago?
It's obviously always in the back of your mind because of the biggest football game that we've played. But, it's baseball now. So we want to keep moving on for baseball reasons so we can make a run in baseball now. But, yeah, obviously it's – like we remember it, but we want to keep playing and win a district in baseball. So,
you guys seem like obviously yesterday was tough with West Catholic. They're a good program. Yeah. Sounds like they have a sweet setup over there with their baseball field. But you guys got to feel pretty good. You've been playing some pretty good baseball. I'd say after that Oak Ridge doubleheader that you lost, where you started it and then finished it a couple days later, whatever. Yeah. I think seems like right after that you guys hit your stride. Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, I think we've been playing up to our competition pretty well this season. We played big teams. We beat big teams like Algonac and Bay City, Spring Lake. we struggle sometimes when we kind of take our foot off the gas against lower teams, which is a big problem. But I think we've been playing pretty well.
I think we've been playing solid ever since the Oak Ridge game, and kind of just like what Kyle said, like we have potential to beat some really good teams. So hopefully we can put it all together against Big Rapids and even farther than that.
Yeah. Now, before we get a little ahead of ourselves, for the audience who don't know these familiar faces, Kyle, just give us a little background of where you're from, what other sports you play, etc.
Yep, I've always gone to Whitehall. I'm a senior. I play football and basketball. I'm the quarterback, and then I play point guard for the basketball team.
Yeah, Ryne Christensen. I wrestle. I play baseball. I'm going to MCC in the fall. So.
Yeah, so Kyle, you're going to Taylor, obviously.
Going to Taylor to play football.
What are some goals you have going into Taylor?
Yeah, I think the summer will be big. I just recently got added to the huddle, so I'm trying to get everything down so when I go to some weekend workouts in June and July, I'm trying to be as prepared as I can be. Just so I hit the ground running there and hopefully, give myself a shot to see the field my freshman year.
Oh, Haybale, he's going there too.
Yeah.
Hayden McDonald,
Yep.
one of you guys. So that's
I
cool.
went there.
Now, wasn't he committed to them initially and then decommitted, went to Hillsdale, and now he's coming back? Is that the story?
I don't
thought
know
I heard that.
I don't know that, but I've texted him a little bit, and I talked to him when I went down to Taylor for a weekend. So that'll be cool playing with an old rival. He's cool. I like him. So
Yeah, he's a big boy too.
yeah.
They'll protect you.
Yep.
Who do you know that's going to MCC? Obviously, wrestling. There's a couple guys wrestling, right?
Yeah, there's some guys on our wrestling team that are going there, but I don't think anybody for baseball. Just some guys around the conference like Lalo and a couple other guys. I know like Christian Kennedy and
From Fruitport.
yeah, there's a couple Fruitport guys. So I don't know, just
That one dude from Zealand.
yeah, there's some. Yeah, I got a kid from Zealand. He's living with me next.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be fun.
Are they going to rope you back into wrestling or not?
They're gonna try, but I won't. I'm kind of 100% not doing it.
Now, Kyle, the stolen base record, right? You got it Thursday. Who are kind of the key contributors to that, and how long you've been chasing?
Yeah, ever since after my sophomore year, I had 53 stolen bases that year, and it kind of Weigel kind of painted a picture in my mind that if I stayed consistent with that, I'd maybe be on pace to catch up to Nate McLouth. And going into this year, I needed 55, so I made that a goal of mine during our spring camp when we went to, down to Indiana. We talked about goals, and it's been fun chasing him. It's kind of gotten around. He sent me a really cool video when I broke the record, and felt really cool to open up and see that such a successful guy reaching out back to a hometown guy.
Oh, that was really awesome, I thought. And I was able to see that. And then I didn't want to push it because I'm like, man, that'd be sweet if we could publish that. But Nate's kind of a private guy. He doesn't want all his business out there. I get that. And, he's not looking for the attention. He doesn't do something like that because he wants attention. The guy's had plenty of attention in his life. He doesn't need it.
Right.
But Warren checked with him. The next day he goes, yeah, you go ahead. You guys can publish it. So we did, and I thought it was awesome. And I wanted to do it just because I thought it was an amazing gesture. Yeah. And then also, I think people really love to see that. There are a lot of good comments on it. Yeah, it's blowing up. It's done well on our YouTube channel, and we put it on TikTok and stuff. But I think that's awesome that Nate did that. And
yeah, that meant a lot to me.
And how about the part where he says you might be the best athlete to come out of the school? When he says something like that, when he says that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to hear MLB All-Star say to you because, obviously with how successful he's been with his career, but it's really cool to hear. It was just super nice of him to reach out and do anything for me. So I was really thankful for it.
Yeah.
And then Ryan, in that same game, you hit your first high school bomb.
Yeah.
Give us what you're just thinking when you're rounding the bases.
When I was rounding the bases, I was like coming up to second. I was like, why am I about to catch Kyle? Like, why is he not running? And then I took a peek in and I saw the umpire
I watched it fly.
And I was like, all right, so I just went out dead center, which kind of surprised me.
Attaboy.
You know what? You know what he could have done? Just because if anyone hasn't heard or read that story about what you said before, and I don't know if you're in the cage or around the cage, you're like, I'm going to hit a home run or something just so you can't get an extra stolen base or whatever. But Kyle could have actually, if he would have thought about it, just stayed at second, then you pass him, and then you're out, so your home run doesn't count.
I probably would have killed him.
That's great. I mean, that was our first home run this year. So
That's crazy. I can't believe that.
Yeah,
But
it was super cool. He's been working for it a long time. He's been in like the 480s right now, so he deserved that.
did you know off the bat that it was going?
I knew I hit it pretty good.
Or is it one of those ones that you hardly feel it?
I didn't feel it.
Yeah, because those are the ones that.
Right, that's
Did you
how
get one
know
at
it's
Oak
flying.
Ridge last year, right? That's when you know you got it.
It was funny because before the game, we were stretching in center field, and the MCC coach came out of center field. Like, he was walking to the dugout, and I asked him what the dimensions were. And Parky's like, just because the wind's blowing doesn't mean you gotta ask me what the dimensions are. And I was like,
He told me that it was like 325 to the left, and I was like, oh, never mind. You got to worry about us. But Ryne put it deep center. He didn't care about left.
Yeah, so their head coach, I played against him way back in the day. We both were ranked. Mason County was top 10, so were we. We got him pretty good.
How'd you do?
We beat him. We swept them.
you
I
go.
pitched, I think, one of those games. We had a good team my senior year. It's time to go to bragging camp now and brag about ourselves. But
what was your ERA that year?
it wasn't as good as you think. I was 12-2 that year, but it was like low twos. So Ryan's is better than mine right now.
12-2 is solid.
that's
12-2 is
that's
good.
wins.
It's tied for the record, I think, in our score. Maybe it might be.
There you go.
But it's we had a good team. I had great teammates. I mean, all I did primarily was pitch, and I had a lot of good dudes around me. And we grew up playing baseball all the time.
You
I
just
mean, we
play
were good
ball?
at football. I played baseball, basketball, football, but baseball and football were our sports.
Yeah.
Basketball we played, but we didn't put any time into it, so we were not that great. But it's great. I mean, the memories of making stuff. But I did play against Chris Carr, the coach, and Mason County had a really good squad then too.
Yeah.
Yep. So enough of that. What do you got, Myles?
Yeah. So I'm heading into basketball. Yeah.
Basketball, like the basketball season.
So unfortunately, we lost to Spring Lake. What is one takeaway you had from that whole basketball season?
I mean, obviously, we were really successful in the regular season, going 22-0. Kind of ended like football, where earlier than expected, but I mean, it was a fun year.
And Ryne, you also had a winter season wrestling.
So, yeah, our wrestling team made it all the way to the state finals. Just a great season. Surrounded yourself with great people, great teammates. So it was obviously fun being able to wrestle along with my dad coaching me, which was really interesting. But successful senior wrestling season, which was great.
Myles, how's your junior season been going?
I mean, it's been solid. I mean, tennis, in the fall, and then baseball. I think we have a solid squad, and to win districts for the first time in I don't know what 7 years or whatever, 2016.
Tennis captain, right?
Tennis captain my next senior year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So.
Yeah, he's ruthless too at the net. He spiked one down on some dude's head.
I forgot.
I got a photo of
You
that.
hit it.
Did you let him hear about it or no?
No, I'm humble.
I just remember the kid saying, "Come on, man."
I need to come watch you play tennis. I feel like you got like a little angry side that comes out.
Yeah.
Redheads usually do.
Yeah.
That's what happens. I got a little
We play
red in my.
we play pickup basketball, and Myles gets
Miles gets quiet.
He gets
He gets mad and he gets quiet.
I mean, when you're down 3-2 in the series,
What's there to say?
you kind of gotta lock in. For those who are wondering, we run a pickup basketball series. Me, Kyle, Ryne, and Nolan Tarenko. Just pick up at the crib, and we're going into game 6 now. We're down. Me and Nolan are down 3-2. So
Why do wrestlers always want to try to hoop?
Nolan's actually really good. Like
No one's good at putting it off the backboard because it's like slanted. So if you put it off the backboard, it goes in.
Nolan,
Miles hasn't figured that out yet.
Nolan's pretty good for being a wrestler. I'm not as good as Nolan.
Ryan's a
but
paint beast.
I can baby Myles in the paint.
okay, but me and Kyle have a little rivalry going. We have some post game interviews too that kind of get
Miles practices his CatchMark skills after the game.
yeah, interviews. Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of get personal though. So.
So I had a busy day yesterday. I went to almost as busy a day that I went to Scottville and then Fremont right after that. Yesterday I went up to Big Rapids to watch some softball, 2 ranked teams, Ravenna and Everett, and then drove down to Montague for the track regional. But so I get there at Ferris State where Ravenna and Everett were playing, and one of their assistant coaches watches the Joe Rogan podcast, and there's some smelling salts that he sells.
Yeah.
They had me do it. And all the players were doing it. I was going to make a TikTok. I got a funny video of it, but
How'd it go?
oh my God. You're like, because I've never done that before. Have you guys ever had that before? Smelled those before? You get close enough to the it's like, looks like a pill bottle. And you put it up there, and it's just like that. And you're like, whoa. It stays with you a while. It jolts you.
We did that to Cal Kohler before a basketball game one time, and he was crying for like
What,
5
smelling
minutes.
salts?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he also had to do the thing here during, was it the track media day last year, I think, where he did the hot gummy bear thing, gummy bear challenge. He always seems to get put up to that stuff. So, what's it like playing for and being around Big Z and Mini Z, Little Z?
Obviously, they know a lot about baseball, and Big Z's been there for pretty much forever. He's taught Kyle and I and Myles a lot of stuff, playing under him for 4 years. Minnie, he's also growing with us. He's trying to learn how to coach, and just a great guy. He cares about us just as much as anybody. So playing under those guys who just care about you and they know, like, they just want what's best for us, which is, it's nice to be able to play for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the number one thing I've learned from Big Z is to stay disciplined. Work hard, hustle everywhere, and it's big. It really does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I thought those impersonations for the TikTok were pretty funny.
Yeah, I think I have Big
Ryne
Z's
has one. Yeah, Ryan's
Can you
pretty
do one
good
for
at
us
Big
now?
Not right
Give
now.
us something.
I don't even it's just like.
What did you say in the
moment.
TikTok?
Like you
Hey, the bunt down bets.
I gotta hear him say something, and then I'll mock him in the dugout behind his back.
I always wonder what he thinks when we do it, because he'll say something and Ryan will be right behind him saying it. I wonder if it
I don't
means
know.
something to him or not.
I don't know how he hasn't killed me. I know he's heard me do it, and I don't.
There was, God, what game was that last year where someone didn't get a bunt down or read a sign and he threw his hat down?
Oh yeah,
But he
Mine
that was
does,
more than once.
he does the same 3 things. With
His hat stayed on more this year though.
Yeah.
His hat's
Maybe
more
both.
glued. Maybe it fits better. Or something.
Actually, I remember when I popped up a suicide squeeze against Spring Lake.
He'll be right. He'll be right.
No, but man, thinking about some of the teams he's coached too, you guys got a good team.
Yeah.
But they also, like back when McLouth played and those guys hit, was it
72 home runs
72
in
home
a
runs.
year.
Imagine that.
Crazy.
We just need 71 more.
You got to start. You gotta start.
Gonna have to-
It's crazy to think about that. I mean, a lot of high school kids might have, they're lucky if they have 5,
Right, that's a-
6
that's a good
as a
season.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, McLouth had 16 his senior year.
And his brother
Or
had
junior
17.
Junior year. His
Probably.
brother had 17.
We've
Yeah.
probably seen 7.
Yeah,
for our
I mean,
4 years.
I don't know if it's different types of pitches or.
I don't know if
I know the
equipment's
bats
different now,
The bats
too.
are
They
different.
said that the bat.
The bats are a lot different, but
Yeah.
I feel like playing in that time, with the McLeods and stuff, that'd be so fun to balls just flying, 72 home runs in a year.
That's averaging 4 a game.
yeah, that's
That's
nuts.
insane.
Which 8 a double head.
But I mean, that's why he had the 3 and 4 hitter at Michigan at one time, so
Right.
that's pretty sweet.
That's true.
blessed.
When are you going to hit yours? Your first one?
Oh, I'm a singles guy.
Miles is all about the
14
get.
singles and 1 double maybe.
That's right.
He makes his money with his
You
0-2
move.
approach.
You move runners, don't you?
Miles' 0-2 approach is different though.
It's a battle.
Tell me about that at bat against Delora last weekend.
Which one? The first
The
one?
first one.
I was looking like a fool. So dude threw me a first pitch slider and I didn't know what hit me.
Well, in fairness, I'm not trying to pick on you, but in fairness,
it's fine
those are some
because-
nasty pitches he threw.
Yeah.
Because I was behind the backstop, and I'm like, geez.
The slider was coming at my head, then
Yeah.
just dropped in as a
Yeah.
strike,
There's a lot of movement on those pitches.
and then I don't like going down looking, so I just had to swing, so I kind of had a half swing just to go down.
Yep.
They came back in the dugout saying, "I don't know what just happened." It
There's-
all happened so fast.
The funniest story of Miles at bat this year, hopefully the coaches aren't listening to this. He got a hit and run sign from the coaches and he was lost. So he was staring into the dugout at me and Ryne. We were trying to do motions for him to know what to do. And we were like, hit and run. And he did it.
It was like the
It
first time
worked.
he's ever called.
It worked, but it was
That's
just
cool.
so funny.
See, that's teammates picking you up.
Yeah,
He
that
was
was huge
lost,
because
yeah.
I would have chewed out.
There's so many funny things like that happen though. That just,
Yeah.
That's what's great about sports. So, what's been the best part, like in baseball season, outside of playing? What are some of the best memories you guys are going to take away?
there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our trip before the season was a lot of fun. Just a lot of March Madness and hanging out, playing baseball. Those trips were always fun before, just to get to know the guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Baseball's just a fun sport.
I don't know if I have like a single memory. Like I feel like every game something funny happens.
Yeah.
That I can talk about.
Right. Yeah, just like the chirps and stuff, everything in baseball is fun.
So between you three, what's your favorite sport? Like each of you.
Oh, I love baseball. I'm baseball through and through.
Yeah, baseball.
I'd say football. Baseball is like you either have a good day and you're living on top of the world, or you have a rough day and you're down at the bottom.
Baseball's so weird. Like one day you want to quit.
Right, it's
next
the
day,
real
like, I might
highs and lows.
I might go to the league after that.
I know.
It's crazy.
Mental, 90% mental, 10%.
You
It is.
gotta be tough to play baseball.
You do. You guys golf or not?
I golfed I golfed a few times after my sophomore year, but it messed my swing up too much, so I stopped until I'm done with baseball.
There's a kid from Ravenna, Dylan Mack. He does both golf and baseball in the same season. I don't know how he does
I
that.
wouldn't be able to do that. My swing would be so like.
Yeah.
I don't know how you like on the same day. He has golf tournaments and then he goes and plays
impressive.
baseball.
I golf a little bit.
I don't know how you do that.
I know preseason I had to change my swing. All I did was swing it.
I was golfing.
golf.
We got that golf simulator at the VAC.
Yeah.
We'll go in there after work and just swing as hard as we can because it has like your exit velocities and stuff.
We should bring a tee in there.
We just try to kill golf balls in there.
I mean, golf and baseball kind of go hand in hand with the mental aspect. I mean, you can kind of just hit into
You play a
the
little bit
bunker.
of golf, don't you?
Oh, I golf all the time. Golf all the time.
Just as long as you're not pulling a Scotty Scheffler, you're good. You guys hear about that?
Yeah.
right.
Oh my god.
All right. That's insane.
And then he still didn't he go out last night and shoot like a crazy round too? Like he was.
I saw it on Twitter before I saw what the actual news was. It's like he'll still birdie this with handcuffs on. So I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I had to go look.
He's crazy.
Did you see the dude changing gears real quick? Did you see the guy who broke his arm, the catcher?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Got hit by JD Martinez.
There's been a thing in baseball, and I noticed it last night when I was watching the Tigers game. Like, the dudes are standing on the white line in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. They're not even standing in the batter's box anymore.
No.
So
I heard didn't they tell the one catcher, the Cardinals catcher, that one of the coaches said you wanted to move up a little bit?
Well, I thought it was Contreras.
It was Wilson
yeah,
Contreras.
JD
Yeah.
Martinez hit his arm and it
Well,
snapped.
Yeah.
I know the Cubs were playing the Cardinals last year and they got into a fight because I think it was Ian Happ hit Contreras in his backswing and then the Mikolas guys got the Mikolas pitcher, whatever his name is.
Myles, yeah.
Yeah, hit Happ and then. But
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about baseball. There's benches clearing for all.
Yeah.
I mean, that just doesn't happen in football.
I'd like to be the guy throwing it at someone, not getting it thrown.
And then
Yeah.
you see the bullpen running around. I mean,
It's crazy. But to be on the other side of the 90-mile-per-hour fastball in your hip.
Do you give people chin music when you're pitching?
I don't throw hard enough to give people chin music. If I threw harder, I would definitely give some chin music, but nobody really cares about 70 miles per hour chin music. I've learned that doesn't really affect them too much.
What are you hitting on the gun, Miles?
I
Don't lie.
was thinking 70, but I'm probably around like 65.
Just thinking.
You always gotta add 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, when someone asks you, you gotta
Ryan,
bump it up.
Ryan's really fun to catch just because, there's some days where his curveball is more accurate than his fastball because he's so nasty and knows how to drop a slider and a curveball in.
Yeah.
So he's fun to catch just because he's so nasty. He doesn't have to paint around with his fastball.
That's the key to pitching, though. People I wish I knew then what I know now,
Yeah.
and maybe be more confident in your stuff and just
Right.
attack the strike zone.
Because dudes in high school
Move it around. People, a lot of kids can hit fastballs.
Right.
You know, whether that's 75 or whether that's 80, 85, whatever. But if you move it around, change the eye level,
Kyle,
change speeds.
Kyle's fun to have me catch just because he likes to mess with batters. So and he'll just do funny things behind the plate and I'll just start laughing.
I just like catching because when Ryan's pitching, if I'm at shortstop, he won't say a word for the whole game. He's weird. He's weird.
You just leave them alone.
But when I'm catching, I can sometimes get a laugh out of him.
So I saw at Mason County the other day, Mini were you looking to him to get the signs or not?
Yeah, I have it
Because-
in my ears.
Okay, but I think I was preoccupying him, so he wasn't getting.
Yeah.
He kept looking over, and then he just stopped looking
Yeah,
and just
I
started
got
giving
it.
signals. I got it.
But Ryan sometimes likes to act like he has 8 pitches because he'll shake me off
think it's
twice
funny.
through all of them.
I think it's funny just to keep on shaking my head.
So it looks like he's got 10 pitches. I'm like, what do you want here?
That's probably the hardest I've laughed.
Dude,
I
it's
normally
so.
have in the zone. And
I hate when he does that.
That's
I
when
don't
he
know.
covers his face with his
we'll build a
mitt.
little bit of a lead, and I'll just make Kyle go through all the
Twice.
pitches twice. Until
Yeah.
it's just so funny because he starts laughing. And
Fake laugh.
You
I'm
can, see
mad.
him, you can see him roll his eyes behind the plate.
What's the relationship you have with the umpires during the game, Kyle?
We're pretty close.
I feel like it's normally pretty good. There's a couple of guys that get on your skin though.
No, when I'm catching, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really awkward when I'm up to bat and I get something to go wrong, and then the next thing I got to run out and be with him. And that's why, like, as a catcher, it's a big job to just kind of take it. And I didn't do great with that at MCC, but usually I can just keep it in so my pitchers will get the calls. But yeah, it's really awkward when you argue something and then have to go stand with him for an inning.
It's something to consider, though. Many people don't think about.
Yeah.
So you got. I was standing there watching. The pitch to me looked a little bit inside, and who knows what was said. But then I was like, yeah, one more word or whatever. But then you have to run back out there. Right. But I mean, but you're in the heat of the game. You get frustrated and stuff. You're like, man.
Right. I just try to use thank yous and all that.
Over the years.
And they're, in fairness to the umpires, they're trying to do their best. And there's an umpire shortage and everything. So they need to go to the Myles Welch School of Umpiring.
Umpires are humans too, Kyle.
I've noticed that over the years, umps either love or hate Kai. Like they either give him like they'll be talking to him out in the field, or some guys just hate him. Yeah. And that's just how I feel like everybody, like, you either love Kyle Stratton or hate Kyle.
So are you the director of youth umpires then?
I am.
Are you their bosses?
I am. I'm Ryne.
Or you're their boss?
Myles Welch is
whatever.
I am assigning Ryne to.
He assigns us to games, but
I watched Myles Welch ump a game, call a strike, and look at me with his hands up like he didn't know what just happened. And I also watched Myles Welch take a mound visit and talk to a little kid while he was umping.
The kid struck the guy running.
So don't let Myles tell you that he's my
Myles just deals with who gets to ump.
Yeah, and
he's the schedule creator.
And when you want to ump, who do you ask?
I ask Myles.
Me and Welchie are behind the plate and in the field for the middle school game on Wednesday.
Yep, double header.
We're the duo.
We like to go to the games at Myles umping and just
let him hear it.
Let him hear it behind the fence.
I'm trying to find this video of older movie Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen behind the plate.
The who's just going.
Right.
We were actually at lunch and Mr. Sigmund showed us the video.
Oh, he saw it. Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny. Mr. Sigmund was like, "This is gonna be Welch tonight."
Yeah, doing the moonwalk and stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of what Myles looks like. He just has no clue what he's doing.
I kind of like it when coaches chirp at me. Yeah, it kind of just keeps everybody in the game.
Well, Myles has this weird thing where he sounds really educated when he gets in arguments. Like, he'll sound really smart. Like, we're playing pickup basketball and he he just I just want to.
He's got good one-liners.
Yeah, where he sounds really smart. But
Myles knows his stuff, so he's talked about wanting to go into broadcasting. But are you also thinking about umpiring too, or are you still broadcasting? How can you do both? You just
call it from behind the plate.
That's a good point. Maybe I could become a MHSA.
Make your own thing.
And still be a broadcaster. I don't know, but we'll see. But
Myles would be a good broadcaster.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You got a good voice, Myles.
But,
what do you guys want to do for long term for careers?
I think I want to teach, but I'm not sure. Like I could see myself teaching and coaching, but at the same I could see myself trying to go be a doctor. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm going to school for education, but my hope after college is to become a GA somewhere, like D1 school somewhere in the nation. Just get a lot of knowledge and try to be a football coach when I'm older.
Offense coordinator.
Yep.
Who have been your most impactful coaches? And I don't want to put you in a spot and leave anyone out or whatever, but
I've had a lot of guys from travel. I've had so many travel coaches that have just taught me so much. But from the high school level, probably, well, besides my dad, because he teaches me not just coaching stuff, but probably Justin Zurup and Colin Zurup and probably Coach Vassbinder. He's kind of behind the scenes, but
mental guy. I
have a really good relationship with him. I actually lift with him in the mornings before school, so we talk a lot about just life and stuff. And I feel like he's my life coach, so just kind of shout out Coach Vassbinder. But
yeah, kind of like Ryne. I'm lucky enough to play for my dad, but not really because he's a defensive guy. But he's taught me just how to be tough throughout the years. But Van Weeren is my guy. He's been helping me play quarterback since I was 7 years old. So for him to take all those time out just to help a little kid, and it's paid off. So I've always appreciated him. He knows that.
What about for you, Myles?
It's a good question. I haven't really had any. I haven't had that many coaches in my high school career. Yeah. But I do have to shout out McManus from our tennis team. He just he brings the energy every day to practice, and I think we get a lot out of our practices.
And who's that Lakeshore Lightning coach?
Bill Welch.
Yeah.
Bill Welch, Lakeshore Lightning coach. Yeah, he's coached me since I don't know 8 years old.
You got the team together for that, or you guys changing it up a little bit? For
Yeah,
the summer?
we're actually this summer we're playing in a team down in Holland. The three of us, me, Nate, and Brock, are playing for a team in Holland. It's the first time I haven't played for my dad during the summer in I don't know how long, 6-8 years. So
That'll be weird for you.
I miss travel baseball.
Travel baseball is like I love travel baseball.
I mean, you just get to play at so many cool fields.
You
I think
like
we have
play
one
at
at
so
Yeah.
many new fields.
That was the funnest summer I had in a while.
Meet new kids who just like travel baseball is just for the kids who just like love because if you don't love baseball, like you're not gonna go.
Yeah, you
travel
better.
anywhere else.
Yeah, you better love it if you're gonna do that.
Right.
You-
One
it's
thing
a
about
big
travel,
commitment.
Yeah, it's like I haven't seen like my teammates in probably like a month, and then but like when I see them, I
Yeah.
automatically connect and we
Yeah.
can talk about what we've
It's just
what we've
like
done this
cool
high school
dudes.
year. So yeah,
So graduation's coming up. Is it Thursday?
Yep.
And you mentioned earlier you guys have awards today, and
Yeah.
I mean, can you believe that graduation's already here?
It's coming quick. I was thinking about it today, just like all the people that say like it goes like high school goes quick. And I was like, high school's over.
It doesn't seem like it in it, but
It went quick.
At the beginning of our freshman year, Mr. Goodrich did this thing like where you just close your eyes, and then he's like, when you open your eyes, you're gonna be graduating high school, and it feels like I'm like just opened my eyes.
Yeah.
it's kind of like this with parenting too. As far as I heard this expression, it's 100% accurate. The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
So when you're in the middle of it, you're like, man, this is taking forever. Why is this taking forever? But then before you know it, the years have added up. You're like, where did it go?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like when you're in the moment, like there's days where like you come home from a long practice and you're like, I just wish this would be it. Like I just like wishing your days away. It's really hard not to do it, but like now it's crazy. I wish I had some of those days back, just like
Yeah.
with my friends.
What grade is your daughter in high school?
So she's a junior.
Me
She's
and Myles got a class with her.
she's more quiet. She keeps to herself. We're trying to get her to break out of her shell. She did cheer, which we like to see, and I don't care what sport it is or activity, just be involved.
Right.
You know, I got an older daughter who's 20, and then a younger one who's 13. But they're all way different personalities. But
Yep.
yeah, I just like to see kids involved and stuff.
You wish you had a son?
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we always wanted one. Would have been cool. So the way I view it is like when I cover your guys' stuff, I feel like that's kind of that fills that void
Yeah,
for me. So that's why when people are like, "Why is he everywhere all the time?"
yeah,
You probably would like not be able to go to as many things as you do.
Right. So and that's part of it. And I probably want to be able to be. I'd always worried about if I had a son playing sports, would I be that maniac parent? Because I don't think so. But at the same time, I know there's reasonable people. The reasonable people most of the time they go to the kids' stuff and then they're maniacs.
yeah. Parents get into it, and my parents.
Your dad gets so nervous. Looks like during
My parents
stuff.
don't get like yelly; they just get like nervous.
Right.
Like, all
Ryan's dad like takes a walk around.
He
the
does.
baseball
like our
field.
first game of the season, like
He was out in center field just.
You know what the
Like-
running joke is for me with him, with your dad? Every time I see him at the game, he seems like he's further away from the field each time I see him.
which is
Like he won't even be in Big Rapids
Yeah.
in a couple weeks.
I'm
probably.
glad he's not like the yelling out parent, but he like they get nervous, and I'm like, it's like I got like you should not be more nervous than me.
But I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But
In
how's
wrestling-
your dad when it comes to that?
dude, I think he's just
Your dad's
he's-
pretty quiet.
Yeah.
He's just a bright guy. Like he doesn't say anything when something goes bad, but he says something when something goes
Yeah,
good.
I feel like he just likes to be there. Like he just loves being at
he
the
takes it all in for sure. But,
He's always got a different MLB jersey on, mostly Ronald Acuna.
bigger than what we're doing
he
again.
actually asked Kyle for a signed autographed baseball after
That's
grabbing
awesome.
the stolen base. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's phenomenal. So, what else you got, Myles?
Oh, I don't know. We've actually touched on a lot of cool subjects this podcast. So
Yeah. So if you guys don't have anything else, we can get you going. But always love to talk to you guys, and it's been great covering you guys. We got more stuff coming out. I got to get Myles back into the machine because to read the sponsors. But no, we've got some stuff coming out. I don't want to spoil it too much, but we got like Player of the Year stuff coming out for spring sports, and then we're kind of introducing a new thing. Athletes like male and female senior athletes of the year. We have 10 finalists for boys and 10 finalists for girls. So,
That'd be cool.
and unlike the Player of the Year, we're not going to announce who's winning that. That's going to the winner of the athlete of the year award is going to happen at the banquet, which is June 22nd.
How's the voting gonna work through all that?
So we're gonna do the plan, and I'm trying to get you back into your ads here to your sponsors. But what we're gonna do, so for Player of the Year, everyone can see the votes, which I'll be honest, I haven't been the most sold on that. We did it just for engagement, so people can come and be part of the process. But whoever gets the most votes wins that Player of the Year for that sport. But then for Athlete of the Year, I'm going to mix that up a little bit. I'm going to let fans still vote, but that's only a portion.
Yeah.
So they get a portion, then we have panelists. Each of the panelists also get a vote.
That's cool.
So then you're mixing maybe people who see these athletes all the time and maybe don't have a vested interest in any one given athlete because sometimes you just get people who don't even look at the stats and stuff or accomplishments. They just want to vote for their friends or kid or whatever. So
Do I get a vote?
You're gonna be too biased.
You got
should I tell them or not?
It's a no one.
We'll have to get you on that panel. That actually is. You're joking about that. Well, maybe you're not joking, but that is a good point, Myles, on that. Because I think we need to start involving you in that.
Welch knows his numbers pretty good.
He does. He knows his stuff, so we need to get him involved in that.
Yeah, so just one last shout out to our sponsors. We got Big Stone Therapies, Rescue 2.0 LLC, Grieve Law, Edward Jones with financial advisor Brett Atkins, Coldwell Banker Woodland Schmidt with David Dusenberry, Farm Bureau Insurance with the Kennedy Agency, 5-Star Real Estate Leaders with Matt Parker, The Birdhouse, Sheed Plumbing, Scheid Heating and Cooling, Greenridge Realty with Chris Dykeman and Sarah Reel. So that kind of concludes this podcast. Unless anybody else has any final thoughts.
Good.
Nope, hit that music, Myles.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.